I would like to share with you a very special moment that changed my worldview as a mother. It was my daughter's first week in a preschool, Waldorf preschool, and it was also her birthday. And the teacher asked me to share with her my birth experience with my daughter. And so she asked me to tell her about this experience, which I did. And then she did something so remarkable and beautiful. It's something that I had never experienced before. She shared she shared my daughter's story with the with all of the children during story time. They were all sitting together in a circle and they were quiet, and she lit a candle. It was a beeswax candle, and there were 4 stars on there because she had turned 4 years old. And this story was about how, before she came to earth, she was in the heavenly meadows with her friends, and they made a promise to each other that they would be together again on earth. And then she described my daughter's journey to me as traveling through sacred waters in a canoe, led by her guardian angel, and arriving to me in my arms to be raised by me. And needless to say, I cried. It really touched my heart because it was magical, beautiful, and true. And that is what we can offer our children, these special moments of magic, beauty, truth, and goodness. So that was the introduction to Waldorf education for me. And it was the beginning of everything that I want to share with you here. But first, I would like to warmly welcome all of you. Thank you so much for coming. My name is April, and this is Soul to Soil. And together we will explore parenting as a spiritual path. And I want to speak about something that I know that many of you are carrying in your hearts. Because I have sat with many parents over the years, hundreds, and I want to share with you something that I've seen again and again, that I know, I see that you want to do it differently, you want to do it better. You love your child with everything you have, and yet, somewhere beneath all of that love, there are wounds from your own childhood that you haven't quite yet known what to do with. So that's why we are here. Some of you are doing everything you can, perhaps too much, hovering, managing, protecting, because the world feels unsafe and you want to shield your children from all of it. Some of you are being told to stimulate your children much too early. Teach them young, give them screens, apps, educational material, because somehow you've come to believe that more information earlier makes a better human being. And some of you are not sure you even want to bring a child into this world at all because the earth feels sad and broken, the future feels uncertain, and why would you want to bring a soul into this world? And I want to speak to that directly because that is why we are here. The world does not become a better place by turning away from life, no. It becomes a better place when we say yes, when we raise children who know they are loved, who know they are sacred, who are allowed to play, to be children, to imagine, to feel the earth beneath their feet and the starry skies above their heads. That is how we heal the world. One child, one hearth, one heart at a time. We bring them into our families with love. And I have worked with young children and their families for about 15 years. And it originally came to me when I met a beautiful woman in Germany, and she introduced me to Waldorf education through her children. They were two of the most remarkable young humans I had ever met. They were warm and gifted in so many things, music and art, painting, you name it. They were just incredible. They could carry great conversations, and they were just warm and grounded and full of life. And so one became a homeopathic doctor, the other was studying astronomy. And I just was like, wow, what have you done? Please tell me. Back then, my daughter was just, a year old at the time. But she smiled and said, I raised my children in a warm and loving environment, and I sent them to a Waldorf school. She was an anthroposophist, so that planted the seed for me. When I returned to the United States in 1997, I found a Waldorf preschool for my daughter, who was then at 4 years of age. And what I encountered in that classroom was very magical. The children were so deeply absorbed in their play, they were gloriously alive in the present moment. I was eventually asked to be an afternoon assistant, and then I became the lead assistant. And then many years later, about 10, I became the lead teacher for a parent-child curriculum. And this was from birth to, or from 1 to 3 years of age. But we also had some pregnant mamas in that group at the time as well. So it was quite remarkable to just witness all the different stages in this early childhood time. So, needless to say, I have a deep love for little ones and for their mothers and fathers, above all else. So, in total, I spent about 15 years working in that environment. And what those years taught me, no book could ever fully teach, and that is this: children are not small adults. They are not projects to be optimized or programs or problems to be solved. They're spiritual beings who come to us from the heavens, from the cosmos, down to earth. They are here to thrive in a warm environment, and this is what we can offer them if we just be willing and open to receive a little more wisdom from some remarkable education systems. Because they're coming to us from the heavens. They carry with them a wisdom of their very own, and it's a sensitivity that most of us have long forgotten. So Rudolf Steiner, he founded the Waldorf schools, and he taught something that I believe that is foundational. It's one of the most important insights of our time, and that is that children develop, it's a sacred unfolding. It is a special process. So like from birth to age 7, the children learn primarily through the will forces. You have thinking, feeling, and willing, but they start with their will first. And this they learn primarily through movement, through play, imitation, painting, singing, and hearing a fairy tale or story by candlelight, through watching you. Yes, your feelings in your rhythm and breathing in and out in the daytime with them. Also through the seasons. They are learning all of these things at such a young age. And then from 7 to 14, the feeling life begins to blossom. So, right, we mentioned thinking, feeling, and willing. First comes willing, then comes the feeling realm. And so this is when they start to go more into the creative arts, right? Learning life through this artistic being in their heart center. And it's only from the age of 14 to 21 does critical thinking truly begin to emerge. And yet we are handing infants screens. We are asking toddlers to sit still and learn. And we're treating 3-year-olds like adults. And then we wonder why so many children are struggling. We have forgotten the sacred order of things, folks. We have to slow down. Be willing to learn this sacred unfolding of what we can do to help raise healthy children and to also improve our own inner being, what we may have gone through as a child. We get to, recreate a beautiful space in your home so that you have something to offer your child, and it will heal you too, I promise. So, because they learn through imitation above all else, they sense everything that is unspoken. And you cannot be one person at home and another one in the world. They are in those early years, they're one giant sensory being. They are open and receptive and taking in everything, much like a sponge, just drinking it all in. And so what that means is the greatest gift that you can give to your child is not a program, not a computer or more screen time with games and such. No, no, no. It is for your child to let them play, to let them have a childhood before you start forcing for them to get these screens are causing too much stimulation in their nervous system and they cannot handle it. So we have to slow down and give them back their childhood. Let them play. Let them play. So also with this with these teachings that I would like to share with you about anthroposophy and what we come with spiritually down to the earth, it can also help you your own healing and inner development. That's why I created Soul to Soil. Okay, so what I offer here is a return to something magical and morally true. It's a way of accompanying a soul that is coming from the heavens above through the spiritual threshold of birth into your arms, into the warmth of your loving home. So let's create that sacred space together. We can go through it just step by step, taking just little steps at a time, just like they do, right? So together we will explore the cosmic child, where they come from, and the spiritual significance of being a mother and father. We'll go into the sacred hearth. This is how to create a home that breathes through rhythm, through warmth and beauty. And we will connect it to the celebration of the seasons through different festivals timings through the calendar of the soul and the year, right? And we will take this helps us to create for our child fond memories, and also it helps them to create moral development. You'll be able to build a home that feels safe and warm and loving, and it's so important for a sensitive soul who is trying to find their way in a physical body. We are spiritual beings here having an earthly experience. So let's try to find some balance with that and not be too immersed in the materialism. Let's bring a little bit back from the spiritual realm so that we can have a balance. I will go into some mirror work because your child will show you through your own triggers things that will trigger you just by things that your child does. And so we want to take a look at that, because that is where you will experience your own. That is something that is hidden that needs to be healed as well. These little triggers that we go through with our young ones. So they came here to help you grow too. You know, we have something to learn from them, and we want to offer them something as well. And that's warmth and love and gentle, slow parenting. We want the art of allowing them to play, and stories, how to create conditions for a child to unfold naturally without imposing our will force or even our fears upon them. So, finally, the bridge between Earth and the cosmos through connecting the sun and the moon and the spiritual science of the heavens. I can teach you all of this because we are never separate from that, from the stars. We carry them all within us. This is sacred energy that we can tap into by becoming more aware of the solar and the lunar transits. This is our birthright. It's our heritage. We want to give this to our children, to start tapping into this cosmic realm that we all share. So soul to soil is for you. If you want to become the best version of yourself, you don't have to be perfect. You can meet your child with love and honesty and genuine presence. If you sense that your child is more than what the world tells you, they are. Maybe you want to heal from your own childhood because you have some sensitivities in your heart and you experience it because you want to keep them safe. And this will come through in the programming. You will start to gain more of a centering so that you can offer them the security and love that they need from a healthy place. You know what is living in you. The children experience all of that, but they are here for a catalyst for your soul healing as well. And perhaps you believe, or you want to believe, that bringing a child into this world is a calling. It is a gift from the heavens, and you are ready to take that seriously, then this is for you. It doesn't have to be perfect, folks. It never will be. We are all here to develop spiritually, to remember our own divinity, to uplift one another, to love one another and to be loved, and also to face life's difficulties without losing our connection to what is sacred. So your child came to you for a reason, and you came here for a reason too. And we can explore that together. I am oh so glad that you found this, and I hope you subscribe, and I will see you in the next Soul to Soil offering. Thank you, everyone. God bless. Bye-bye.